running, let's say real quickly, I want to run another one of these right next to where I ran the last one. If I am in this relocate view, if I pick on this object, as long as I don't let go, it shows me where the last one ran. So I can actually set this one right next to my last one and hit play again, and it'll run right next to it. Otherwise, the only other things I usually go over with people are cleaning and maintenance, safety. We went over. You're not supposed to cut PVC or vinyl. Very bad. Yeah, you can shut it up. Very bad toxic gas, and which, if you have a good enough ventilation system, a lot of people are like, well, why does it matter? If your vent stops working or something, it's really not good. No, but number two, it's also corrosive, so it'll end up over time eating apart the laser. So no PVC or vinyl. Other than that, with safety, there's a whole chapter in that thing you can go through for more. Cleaning and maintenance we'll go through. The only other thing I really go through people generally with is like experimenting and doing testing, but it's not really hard. You guys, with your level where you're at already, I'll just show you where it is. So cardboard. Cardboard's not in the database because cardboard changes. It depends on the corrugation and the thickness and all that crap. So they don't put cardboard in the materials database. I usually start with, if I am going to do cardboard, what I'll usually start with is print, preferences. I'll usually start with foam core, and then enter the same thicknesses that the cardboard is. So it's usually whatever, 0.18 or 0.2-ish, whatever. And then I will bring my raster, and a lot of times if you're doing cardboard, you're not rastering on cardboard anyway. You're usually just cutting out shapes. But if you do want to raster on cardboard, sometimes certain cardboards, mini cardboards, you can get a nice frosted white look. If you bring that raster way down, you might even have to lighten it up. But usually that power has got to be really, really light so you don't burn through that thin top layer of the cardboard. And then vector engraving, again, it's not something you're generally doing, but I'll bring it down. And then my vector cutting, I will leave, hit apply, okay, apply print, and now what I'll do, turn my laser on and I'll run a test job. If it cuts through well, I will want to try to just speed it up and try to get it to as fast as I can go and cut through that cardboard, but making sure that it cuts all the way through. So between each job, basically I go to my settings, I go to manual control, and I'll just pick my red cut and speed it up. I know for a fact most cardboard is up in the 30s, if not higher, for my speed. And I just basically just keep increasing my speed, hit set, apply, okay, move this over, hit play, and run it again. Mm-hmm. And then, I can even make it go faster, okay? Settings, speed, faster, set, apply, okay, move it over, run it again. And usually when I'm doing material testing, I keep it small, and most of the time with cardboard, I'm just worried about the cut anyway, so I only have a circle in there, or a square.
Something that takes 10 seconds.
Right, exactly, because you're just testing. Once you dial in those numbers, then go to your settings, go to save, and notice it's a .las file. Make a folder on your desktop, call it cardboard1.las, and that is saving your settings. But when you go to use that file again, or use those settings again, if you want to run cardboard, you do have to be in the manual control, and you go to load, go find those settings, and hit open. And you can load those settings and run those same saved settings. The other option you can always do is just write them down and have your students write them in, or write in those settings. A lot of times people, if you Google, a lot of people have different settings. Yep. Hey, if you're using a 60-watt laser, use these settings. That's how most lasers in the past, or ULS in the past, and even most lasers today, that's what you have to do is run and enter the speed, the power, the PPI. PPI is pulses per inch. I don't play with it much. The couple things that I have learned by experimenting is if you bring your speed way down and your PPI way down, you can actually make a perforated cut if you want to. People who do like packaging programs, even in cardboard too, they'll experiment with a vector cut to cut halfway through the cardboard so that they can make fold lines. Otherwise, that's mostly what we go over. The only thing I'd like to do real quickly is go through cleaning and maintenance.